because I do believe we are actually live now. So we've had the quick pistol round underway. I do apologise about not being able to get into that, but as we was trying to reconnect to the Go TV relays. So finally back on track here. Probably about half an hour behind where we were before the third map started, so probably going to affect the tournament in some way, but it just means that the players are going to have to play a little bit harder, I'm afraid. Now, it looks like we did have a vent dive though. We are going to see that stopped by Fnatic though. Modi and Sting are going to pick up the kills into Release and Rattlesnake. So CT side on Nuke, obviously the much preferable side. Fnatic did win side choice in the knife round, so not surprised that we are seeing the 3-0 scoreline. We should see that now because we haven't seen a plant. So Warclone at this point now, obviously we did see Anexis win the second map. The first map was a pretty comfortable victory on Mirage for Fnatic, of course. Who do you fancy here on Nuke?
I mean, I have to say I fancy Fnatic just because they got to start on that CT side. They've had a massive break from that second map where Anexis got that roll, pretty much a rolling score of, I think it was 16-6.
Yep.
So all momentum that was in Anexis' favour has now been reset. So I think Fnatic should be able to pick up this third and final map. So, but I still predict it to be a little bit closer, seeing as this is pretty much neutral ground for both teams.
Yeah, I mean it's a standard competition map. Nobody really has any any preference. A lot of it boils down to side choice, to be honest. If you can put up those pistol rounds on the CT side, like we see Fnatic doing. It does bode well for a good CT side performance. And as you can see, Fnatic starting to span out and go lower. We've got Weber actually waiting in radio here, so it looks like he's going to be going for the split. Fnatic starting to think about making the rotation. You can see that Zip is actually looking at Hot, so he's not thinking about the rotation just yet, but they will be dropping Vent pretty soon, I would imagine. I can't actually see where Fnatic are actually at the moment, so let's see what we've got now. You see, looks like we're going to see that push from Weber come in. Bad AWP shot miss though. Bomb has gone down here. That's going to be on lower, of course. Now you see Fnatic starting to drop down those vents. Open up with the M4. Stinger with the frag onto Rattlesnake and the headshot onto MX. Nicely done. That's going to be the opening here onto this lower site. The retake is in place, but as you can see, the health well in favour of Anexis here. First gun round of the first half of the third map, of course. Stinger with the headshot onto Release. Not before Weber, and Release could pick up kills though. That's going to be a save here, yep. Bomb ticking away too fast, and we are going to see Stinger fall back and just perhaps set up for an exit kill or two here. Don't think he's even going to get those yet. Mole's dug in here. In fact, Mole died to the bomb. And Weber's managed to escape with his AWP, so good first gun round there for Anexis. That's exactly what they need to do, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I have to say that Freeze pretty much did a terrible job there with the AWP. First of all, he missed an easy shot on ramp, which was pretty much the entry point for Tease to get down onto that lower bomb site. Now that's the first one, and then the second one he rotates up into main and misses the shot onto the T, who's pretty much just holding from upper bomb site in that after plant. So Stinger did a phenomenal job. He picked up 3 kills with a little bit of help from his teammates there. They would have secured that round as well, but in the end we are seeing just another buy round for both teams, and I actually got a Mag 7 in play here as well on Modi. So let's see if we can put that to good use, shall we?
Yep, well, good for $900 extra per kill with that Mag 7, but to be perfectly honest, it's usually an indication that obviously, well, it's more than indication. It does mean that they are struggling to buy. So this round, if it does go the way of Anexis, which I do perceive it should do, considering that we've got two Mag 7s in play, should be an eco coming up. So that would actually give Anexis the lead, I would imagine. And as you can see, Modi and company starting to push forward into Hut. Obviously, with that shotgun, you do have to get belt buckle close before you can pick up the kills. Trace also holding ramp here, so looks like they're going to see him open up with the shotgun. Does manage to find 1 kill onto Weber, nicely done. Mole chasing him down, gets a second frag as well. It's going to be a headshot. Is there going to be a third one? No. Rattlesnake there with the pistol headshot, and he's going to go for the bomb plant now. As you can see, Forest being, well, not Forest, sorry, I should say. Freeze being relatively sneaky there on the lower side. And we do have the vent drop coming in, so it's just going to be Release, last man standing. Let's jump on with Release. As you can see, he's got a Galil here, so we just have a bit of an advantage when it comes to when he's going to engage with Modi. But well, that's the final counter-terrorist win. Yep, time run down. I was going to say that's the final seconds ticking away. And unfortunately, though, for Anexis, they just hit that brick wall and found themselves basically after that push onto lower site, I mean, when we saw who was it who was actually hiding there? It was
Freeze.
Freeze, yeah. Freeze pretty much scuppered that lower side push there, didn't he?
Well, yeah, he got a lot of help out of Modi with that Mag 7, but Freeze picking up that bomb planner and pretty much negating that bomb from coming in from Anexis, which would have given them enough money to go for a buy here, I think. But because of that pickup from Freeze, gonna see an eco here from Anexis.
As we can see, Skylight flashes coming in, so it does appear like we are going to see a heavy upper rush. Weber on his way out, he's shut down by Freeze, released with the headshot, but 2 kills, 3 kills coming in from Fnatic in quick succession, and there's the 4th. That's going to be a complete shutdown on that eco rush there, and even considering they got the 1 Skylight flash in, it wasn't enough to get the entry though, was it?
No, it wasn't. I mean, they was just still on an eco here, it seems. Taking their time to decide, yeah. In fact, they are just going for some flashes here on Rattlesnake. We'll probably be setting up for some sort of... well, let's see if he wants to go for the same thing they did the last round. Didn't really work out for them, though. So would imagine if that is going to call for something else here. Let's see.
Might very well be a vent dive here. They are squeaky ready to go. I think in second fall, though, it doesn't look like they are going to commit to that vent dive. Actually, is Release already in vent here? I'm assuming he is, actually. Let's try and find out where he actually was, though. No, he's not. He was in radio, actually, so my bad. Just couldn't tell because of all the smoke. Lots of M4 fire coming in. That's going to be Trace and Zip with 3 kills between the two of them. Now you see Trace resort to the pistol. He does pick up the kill to Rattlesnake. Nicely done. That's going to leave MX as last man standing. So let's see what Jim's up to. Can't get it done, and he is going to be shut down. So Freeze with the final kill, and that's now a 5-1 scoreline. And really 5-1. It's not devastating, is it? I mean, there's still plenty of time here for Anexis to get back into this.
Yeah, it is. I mean, now we get a buy round here from Anexis, and I mean, they really need to get that bomb planted to start racking up some money. Because picking up rounds ST on Nuke is obviously not the easiest of tasks in Counter-Strike. I mean, they need to keep throwing weapons and flashbangs at the CTs here, and the only way they can do that is by getting that bomb planted each single round.
Easier said than done on a map like Nuke, though.
Yeah.
I mean, upper sight still just about as hard as ever to hit. Lower is a little bit easier because of the change in the back steps, but it's still quite the task to actually get the bomb down here on Nuke. So, still, I would say heavily CT favoured, slightly less than on 1.6 and Source, but as we can see, the outside push being put to pay. It's going to be 1 frag, 2 frags coming in though in favour of Anexis. Now Modi's going to pick up the double with the M4. That's Weber and Release both shut down the entry here from main. We're going to see Rattlesnake replying with the AK-47 kill. Freeze still in play though. He does get that ARP kill onto Anexis. As you can see, Mole's actually managed to stink lower here, so he is going to go for the cheeky plant. 2-on-1, he could perceivably clutch this. I mean, he's got an ARP to deal with, so as long as he stays close and tight on his angles, he should be able to get the better of Freeze here. Trace is a completely different matter though. Trace has been on fire all the way throughout the CSGO Invitational tournament. Here's the drop. Opens up with the AK-47, finds one. He's got the HE in reserve as well. That's a good HE and a good flashbang to follow it up as well. Definitely got the advantage here. Probably could have faced there and got the kill. Trace, as you can see, he was blind. He went straight past the bomb though, so Mole could have faced and got the kill, but he gets the kill regardless. And that's going to be the second round on the board for Anexis, and that's a clutch key round there, isn't it? 2-on-1 clutch in that position where you're 5-1 down. Really, Mole, who is the replacement here for PBR, I have to say he's been a good pickup, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, and it's a little bit weird as well, seeing as he's only a stand-in for this event as well. It's Hughes here who will be coming in full-time for them. But I have to say, yeah, that was a double victory. He got the bomb planted, and pretty much when he got the bomb planted, his teammates would have been fairly happy about that. But clutching it, well done.
Yep, and that's a sort of difference maker here that's going to give Anexis a little bit of leeway to have some sort of room for manoeuvre. They should be able to do 2 gun runs off the back of that 1 victory, so... Well, Stinger going to be shut down by Jim. MX making his way forward to window now. Smoke cover going down on site, so we should anticipate a plant any second. Who's got the bomb? It's going to be Mole on the bomb again. Somewhat hesitant to commit to the plant, though, because he knows that there's still going to be guys on upper site. Now, he does make it into the smoke, so bomb will be going down. We should see a vent drop any second here from Fnatic. Saying that, it looks like Fnatic actually might be on the save here. Do you think they're going to save?
Yeah, it does look like it. Because of X-ray, I seem like a smart guy, but in fact, yeah, they are pulling back here. I mean, it's a little hard to retake that lower bomb site. There's so many different places where the T's can be set up for that after plant. We see also MX picking up Trace here, so all down to Muddy and Freeze here, and obviously they are... Once again, he misses quite an easy shot now. Freeze is not on par with his normal self. A little bit disappointed to see, really. They really need to have an AWPer who is stable and can at least get those easy picks. So Freeze really needs to step up his game now if Fnatic wants to win this game.
Now that's interesting. Rattlesnake just dropped Freeze, who had the AWP, and much as I predicted in the pre-game, he decided to opt for the AK. So obviously Anexis putting a lot of stock here into just straight up aggressive play.
Yeah.
Which I do like to see on T side. I mean, there's, not much room for manoeuvre with that AWP. I mean, you can use it outside and on ramp to try and create the picks, but Fnatic are not going to face once they know that AWP's in place, so it's kind of pointless. Anyway, Mole and Stinger going to exchange kills. Release and Stinger being dropped. Modi with the headshot onto Mole. This is looking like it could be an upper site overwhelm here from Anexis. Pretty much got control of it, as you can see. Weber checking out top ladder. And there's the kill onto Zip, so just a case of Weber retrieving the bomb here, and he could get the cheeky plant. 2-on-1 though, and he is going to be closed down. There's the headshot from Trace. And again, Trace absolutely on fire. For my money, he's been the difference maker for this Fnatic squad. If it wasn't for Trace, they probably wouldn't have made it to the playoffs, would they?
Nah, Trace has been playing phenomenal. And but still, even though they won that round, I really want to point out how Trace is pushing in a 2v1. Pretty much without backup. He had his teammate coming from behind, but in that situation you can just sit back, wait for your teammate, and the second you hear the T starting to plant the bomb, you move in as a unit. That was a little bit of a risky play, I think, but no point overanalyzing it, seeing as they won it.
Yeah. I mean, normally, most players at this level wouldn't risk that, but Trace obviously feeling his confidence, and there is something to be said about doing the unexpected, of course. Now, as we can see, Anexis setting up on roof outside. Looks like we are going to see perhaps a potential Skylight Flash coming any second. Is that going to be? It's going to be Rattlesnake. Let's see where he is. Yep, he's going for the actual boost here onto what was considered Red Rock in 1.6. Of course, it's not really a boost anymore. It's a one-man jump, but it is quite a difficult jump to make, so it does require some skill. No, Rattlesnake, is he just using a pistol here? What's the deal with Rattlesnake? Does he have a weapon on his back? Yeah, he doesn't have a weapon at all. I don't know what the deal is there. I'm just setting up for Skylight Flashes now, so... In fact, now it's going to be an outside flash, in fact. Here comes the Skylight Flash, so we are going to see potential push onto the upper site now. Looks like it's going to be split over main, so it looks like it might have been an upper site fake through Squeaky. As you can see, Modi waiting for Weber to make the push. Now he does push out of Hut and picks it by kill. He knows that Mole's going to be pretty close as well. As Mole opens up the AK-47, he's going to be dropped in return. And that's a good round there for Fnatic. Four men left standing, so plenty of cash saved as well. 7-3 now the scoreline. And Fnatic are going to be looking to extend this lead now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And I have to be said, the only player of Anexis picking up a kill that round was Rattlesnake, who only had a pistol. So nice retake by Fnatic, and nicely held when Anexis finally got that push in. Because, I mean... There was some nice Skylight Flashes, and it was a split through main as well. It's kind of hard to hold down as a CT, getting flashed from everywhere. So they are forced onto an eco now, and as you can see, they are pushing that out outside yard, and probably wants to go through to the lower bomb site.
Zipnix with the M4 headshot. In fact, there's an M4 headshot through the box. Stinger, and it's going to be Freeze and Stinger again, and Stinger for his hat-trick kill that round. Drops Mole for the final frag. It's now an 8-3 scoreline. As you can see on the scoreboard, top scoring server is going to be Stinger, 14-6. The Source Transplant representing well for his scene. Modi on 10-3. And third place, that's going to be Zip on 9-5. So, of course, third map of the first round of the playoffs. It's really anybody's game at this point. I mean, Nexus has got 3 rounds on the board, which is what you'd expect at this point. Fnatic have 8, so any team making a mistake now, and it's going to be costly, isn't it, Walkline? Yeah,
I mean, the scoreline right now reflects how you normally see games pan out at on Nuke. But I mean, Anexis, they need 2 more rounds here to be satisfied going on to that CT half, because if they don't get any more rounds, if they lose the pistol round,
look at this.
Oh, this is nice.
3-man outside stack. This is going to be completely shut down. Nice, good
Grenades
rotation.
Coming in now as well.
Well, at least not having, not going without a fight, but like I say, that outside push has been pretty much put to pay here. Now, we did have a vent dive coming down, but Sting as well onto that. It was called, and Weber is shut down by the M4. So, MX last man standing here. Now, he doesn't have the bomb. The bomb was outside, I believe. Let's just have a look at what it shows on the overview. It doesn't actually show on the overview anymore. It's kind of a shame.
Oh, will Sting be caught off guard here?
Potential for it.
Little weird position. It's just... Oh,
no, he knows it's coming.
That is smart play by Stinger. I mean, just standing in that ladder. Basically, when MX jumped in there, he saw no one in vent, so he didn't. There's no point looking up the ladder because you don't expect a professional player to be sat in a ladder.
Well, obviously, you take the accuracy penalty, don't you, for being on the ladder, basically.
Yeah.
So, but it's at such close range, you can pretty much throw the bullets and still hit your target.
You got his head pretty much smeared across your screen, even though you're in a ladder. So I think a small, cute place like that I always enjoy to see. Yeah,
that's the difference between you know. You say that you wouldn't do that at a professional level, but I think that's the difference between being a true professional and not. When you throw, you know, unorthodox little techniques like that into the mix, it does sort of keep your opponent off balance. Now another eco coming in here from Anexis, so this should go 10-3 here, meaning the 2 final rounds are going to be needed by Anexis to get that sort of usual score of 10-5. Of course, the advantage even at 10-5 is still going to be with Fnatic because they did get side choice on the CT side, which means basically when Anexis switch over, they are going to have to win pistols, which, to be honest, against Fnatic's CT defense is going to be hard to do. AK fire coming in on that squeaky push, and that's going to be completely shut down. Good old-fashioned Swedish eco there. Anexis just running into the 7-6-2 round. So 10-3 the scoreline, and I have to say this is really go time now for Anexis. If they want to get to the second round of playoffs here, because it is single elim, they are going to have to pull something special out of the bag of tricks now, aren't they? Yeah,
this is not the time to be saving up your tactics for the later stages of the tournament. It's a quarter-final deciding map, and it's not double elim. It's do or die now for Anexis pretty much. If they don't win this round, they'll be forced onto an eco or a very light buy for the last round. So at the very least, they need to get a bomb planted there, Jay.
Look at Modi here, super aggressive into Hut. He's going to find one frag for Stewart. No! Release actually gets the better of him. I figured Release was going to drop him. Modi was going to drop Release there, but... Well, that's the opening kill. 5-on-4 now in favour of Anexis. That's exactly the start they needed. Again, another ramp push. It looks like Trace and Sting are going to pick up M4 frags. Weber and Release shut down. As you can see, Freeze there with the kill as well, so that's going to leave Rattlesnake and Mole here as last man standing.
Oh, Mole down to 1 HP now. Pretty much rendered useless at this stage.
For all intensive purposes, it is a 3-on-1 unless Mole can do something spectacular here through Squeaky. When she can't, Trace knew he was there. Now Trace shut down by Rattlesnake. That's a key kill. Still though, Rattlesnake with a torrid task here. He's going to retrieve the bomb, so that's going to help his cause. He does have a couple of grenades in reserve as well. In fact, he's only got one flashbang now, which he's just burned, so... Can he get in position? Basically, a plant would be useful here because the extra $800 would give them a greater chance of making it 11-4. But to be honest, I don't see Sam getting it done here. He's caught pretty much in a crossfire, as you can see. He's in a rock and a hard place on the exit from Hut. Stinger gets the kill, and that's going to be an 11-3 scoreline. As you can see, top scorer in service. Stinger just absolutely on the carry at this point, Walkline.
22 frags here in the first half, 20 bombing, and Stinger... He's, as you can see on the scoreboard as well, if you add the second and third place on Fnatic, you will get Stinger's score. So he's pretty much carrying Fnatic at this stage. Super awesome for me to see a Norwegian guy playing this well at this tournament. Yeah, they didn't get the plant now, so... Oh, Rattlesnake on an AWP, so in fact they did get some money.
Well, it seems like that's the first time we've actually seen Rattlesnake on the T side with that AWP. And Modi going to shut down Release on the Hut entry. Seems like Anexis here, somewhat frustrated. I mean... To switch up to the AWP on the last round like that, you would have to hazard a guess that Rattlesnake's just going to be looking for the picks here, which, to be honest, on T side, doesn't usually work against a team like Fnatic.
It's pretty much his backup solution now. He knows he's a great AWPer, so he's pretty much thrown all they have against Fnatic, and they can't get through their defenses. So Rattlesnake is, at this stage, he's just saying to his teammates, all right, let me do the job then. Give me the AWP, I'll do this. Let's see if he can... keep up his level of play with that AWP. I mean, he hasn't been really showing a lot of good shots with that AWP lately, in comparison to the CGS time.
Well, as we can see, play has slowed right down here. 36 seconds left on the clock, so Anexis are going to have to make a move, and they have to make it now. It looks like it is going to be a ramp push. See Freeze with one frag with the M4. Rattlesnake actually picks him off with the AWP, so putting that $4,750 to good use here. Zipnix and company, they're going to start to make a rotation here. Looks like Zipnix is actually, in fact, he's anticipating a top ladder push, and it could be going that way. Saying that, Weber's going to be going low as he's shut down by Trace. Key pivotal round here. It's now a 4-on-2, and it has to be said that the chances of making this 11-4 here slim to nil. Especially now there's only Rattlesnake left. Now he goes for the no-scope, and he is going to be shut down by Stinger. Stinger a man on fire, and that's now 12-3 scoreline. No, absolutely no margin for error here from Anexis. They've got to come over, and they absolutely have to pick up those pistols, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic will now go onto that T side and start off with Glocks in hand. So weaponry, I think that Fnatic will feel comfortable going into it, and also having that 12-3 lead.
Yeah.
Anexis, do you see a comeback on the horizon, or do you?
To be perfectly honest, no, I don't. I do see this being a fairly comfortable Fnatic victory. That Glock bias, I think what you're going to see is the standard for Fnatic tends to be a ramp rush. You're going to see them burst onto ramp, flashbangs to back it up over towards over towards top ladder, and then probably a lower dive from that point forward, and then basically you're going to see Fnatic shut down Anexis, because their lower play is nothing short of impeccable.
I would like to see Anexis set up for a little bit of a gamble here on the CT pistol, a little bit of a stack or a offensive push with flashes. I mean, at this stage they kind of need to start gambling, being down 3-12. I expect to see Rattlesnake calling out for something a little bit special for this pistol round. We're still waiting for the players here. We see there we go.
Fnatic are ready, so it's not going to be too far from game live here. Obviously, Fnatic being ready, they're going to be ready to go. They want to keep the momentum.
Yeah.
Now, I'd imagine that Anexis here at this point are just trying to stall and break that momentum. Have a discussion about what happened on the first half here in the third map, and then go from there. Now, it does look like yep, we are going to see ready. So let's jump back in game. The guys from Fnatic have been ready for quite some time, and Anexis do seem to also be ready as well. So we are now live, 16th round of the... you know what, I just realised we've been on camera the whole time. Do apologise. 16th round of the third map here in the first round of playoffs. And really, you would have to say heavy favourites now, Fnatic being on that T side as well. Stinger with double frags, he's going to move in. Moldo's shutting down though eventually. But the positions have already been called here, and it's a 2-on-2 with the bomb now on upper site. And with top ladder covered as well, that's going to cover the plant here. Mole not going to be able to stop that. Weber going to pick up the kill though, so it's now a 2-on-1. The bomb is ticking, so Trace could have played that perhaps a little bit better by moving closer to the wall there, but he knew that he did have another member flanking from Anexis as well. So as we can see, the defusal coming in, plenty of time to get that done, and that was a desperation round there for Anexis. They would have lost that. That would have been pretty much GG, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, even though they would have the chance after he goes to go for that 15-15 scoreline, in their heads they wouldn't be up for it. I don't think they would be up for that kind of comeback. So yeah, Anexis is giving a little bit of a lifeline right now.
Do you think this is just postponing the inevitable though?
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, Anexis are a great side. They got good players, and also they're on that favourable side now as CT on Nuke. So, I mean, they can bring it back here, but...
Rattlesnake with a hat-trick of kills, 2 of them being headshots. MX coming up for the backup as well. This rush outside is going to be put to pay relatively quickly, so that's now going to bring us to 12-5 in favour of Fnatic, of course. And the first gun round of the second half now going to be underway, so as we can see, AKs across the board here for Fnatic because of the bomb plant. So money not going to be an issue, it should be a full buy.
Yeah, and Anexis will know this already, so they are the team right now with all the pressure on them. They need to stop this push that is coming in from Fnatic, because if Fnatic wins this round, Anexis really needs to take an eco unless they want to go on that light buy. But I mean, at this stage they kind of need to gamble anyway, so we will probably see a light buy if they lose this.
Yeah, most definitely, because that would put them on 13, which 2 more rounds after that, then you're on game point, which best they could hope for then is an overtime situation. So Rattlesnake, he's going aggressive here. He's actually pushed outside and he's managed to pick up 1 frag onto Zipnix. We're going to see the lower drop now from Fnatic. Rattlesnake has retreated though. Holding the angle here. He's on. I was going to say he's got the perfect angle there to deal with Stinger as he comes around the corner. He does get the kill now. He's going to be freeze for the reply, but I think the damage has been done here to this Fnatic rush. You can see Release opening up with the spam through Hut as well. So Trace going to be the last. No, he's not, in fact, he's not last. Actually, we got Freeze still in play as well, as you can see. Trace down to just 9 HP. It's a 3-on-2 here. The bomb is still up on Freeze though, so it's not completely a lost situation here for Fnatic. They got 25 seconds to make it happen though, so not got a ton of time here. Do you think maybe a save is probably the smart thing to do here?
No, I think they will go for that bomb plant. Even though they might think they will lose it, I think they want to go for that bomb plant, and I fully agree with their decision to go for it. In a 2v3, you can't really start saving your weapon. Anyways, that is good news for Anexis. They will now be able to start racking up rounds. They will be facing off against an eco from Fnatic now. As you can see on the left-hand side, Modi buying up the flash, also Sipnix and Trace. So hopefully we'll see Fnatic now rushing down, swarming down the bomb site and just utilizing those flashes to get the bomb down.
It's going to be an aggressive upper rush by the looks of it. We're going to see probably flashes at a Hut and then hopefully a quick plant. Yep, we're going to set up for the Skylight flashes as well. So fully committed to the eco plant here are Fnatic. Be interesting to see if Anexis can actually counteract this with some good flashbang play as well. Interesting to know, Rattlesnake, I don't know if he's already burned his flashbangs or if he didn't buy any. He's got a kit, so I assume he did buy flashes. Normally you would buy flashbangs before you kit, so probably burn those in the start of the round. You see this aggressive upper push coming in now. It's going to be 3 kills coming in quick. Make that 4 kills from Anexis. And there's the 5th. Trace shut down on the exit, so kind of a waste of money there on those flashbangs. I don't think they even got any off, did they?
No, they didn't. Well, in fact, they did throw a couple of flashes, but it didn't help them out at all.
Completely ineffectual.
I mean, the changes that has come into Nuke, adding that huge, pretty much a silo in the middle of the bomb site. It's so easy to negate all of those sky flashes if you just hug the silo on the opposite side of where the flashes
likewise, I mean, it's easy to play the ring around the roses as a terrorist once you plant that bomb. I mean, it works. It does work both ways. It does
work both ways, but I mean, for the flashes at the start of the round, it works in the CT's favor.
For sure, for sure. Just means that you have to coordinate those Skylight flashes to either side, of course. Now, we are seeing the M4 open up from Rattlesnake. That's going to stop the lower drop from Modi. Stinger also being taken out by Weber, so boding well here for Anexis. Anexis can still get back into this game. I mean, it's 12. It should go 12-8 here, so only 4 rounds of differential if this round does go the way I perceive it should go. Bomb still up on Trace. Let's find out where Trace actually is. Okay, Trace is going to be making his way lower here, so we're going to have Sam to actually deal with. Now, as you can see, sneaky play here from Freeze. Gets the frag onto Mole, and he also gets top ladder now. He's probably going to get shut down if he goes top ladder. He falls back. Smart play. I don't know if he just had an inkling that there was somebody there, but as you can see, he's just causing pretty much a nuisance here. MX has had enough of that. He's going to shut him down from top ladder. And we're going to see that's going to be Zipnik shut down by Rattlesnake as well. So the frag's coming in thick and fast here for Anexis. Trace, your last man standing. Let's put the spotlight onto Trace. You can see going for the sneaky plant. Not going to get it in the smoke though. He is going to be chopped down by MX's AK-47. That's now a 12-8 scoreline. So what was looking decidedly one-sided, I mean, that's that CT bias for you, isn't it? As long as you, as long as you don't fold under the pressure of the pistols, you can obviously get back into an 11-4 game with relative ease as long as you have a solid CT side. Yeah, basically, looking at the statistics here now, you can see for the second half here, we've got a 5-0 lead for Anexis. So even though Fnatic are still in the lead, it is Anexis who is rolling right now. We've got a full buy here from both sides, but Release proving too strong, putting down Modi straight away. Did he not realize that there was a guy pushing out behind him? I think he did, but he also knew that they were coming in for a squeaky as well, so he was caught in a rock and a hard place. Still managed to get 1 frag out of it though, so did pretty well in that situation. Well, there's a final kill from Rattlesnake, and Rattlesnake most definitely finding the form that many would say deserted him in the first half. As you can see, he's definitely top scoring. He's definitely carrying here for his team. 17 kills on the board. Closest to him would be Release on 13. So he's the difference maker here for Anexis on the CT side so far. Stinger's somewhat dropping off the pace, but that's to be expected on the T side. You're not going to post the same numbers as you would do as a CT, of course, on Nuke. No, and it does get stopped by Rattlesnake pretty much in every push. Rattlesnake proving to be too strong with that M4. And that's not normally what you think you would see from a player like Rattlesnake. He's normally the AWPer. I will say this, like Rattlesnake. Oh, nice! That was a good HE and M4 combination, though. There's going to be Mole for the headshot onto Zip, and it's going to be MX for the final kill. But yeah, like I was just about to say, I mean, it's not unusual for Sam to actually play with an M4.
Not but playing that well.
Yeah, playing that well. I mean, like I alluded to before, he's almost as good with the M4 as he was in CGS with the ARP, and I think in this day and age now, he's probably better with the M4 than he is with the ARP.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing as well. So I have to agree with you 100%. Another buy round here coming out for both Fnatic and obviously Anexis. Scoreline 12-10, and Fnatic needs to start adjusting their play here. Sipnix gets Rattlesnake, and that will be huge for them. I mean, Rattlesnake has pretty much been the brick wall here for Anexis.
That is a key kill that's going to make a bit of space here for Fnatic to actually explore and try and figure out, you know, where the stacks are going to be. Not that there is a stack at the moment, but yeah, they need to make an opening here, perhaps over towards ramp. I mean, if they can take Weber out, that's obviously a key kill as well. MX making his way for the peek outside. He's going to grab the frag onto Zipix. Nice. Zipix caught completely unawares though. He knew that there was probably going to be a peek, but so hard to deal with that backstairs peek from the CTs, because all you get to see is basically the head and then 5.56 rounds flying in your direction.
A little bit dark there as well. It doesn't
yeah,
really
most
help
definitely.
out.
Yeah, but it is a good spot to actually be holding. I mean, it's as good as it is for the T's to rush down there. If it's just one guy pushing outside and there's a CT there, you'd say the majority of the time the CT is going to get the better of that engagement. Now Modi in hut. As you can see, he's got 2 to face when he comes out if top ladder does turn the right way. That's the first kill. Is he going to find top ladder? He does manage to find cover behind the silos, so he's in a position to deal with this retake that's going to be put on.
Remaining.
It's going to be a plant now, all the frags, and it's, well, not going to happen. Jim with the 2 final frags, MX shutting down Stinger and Modi. That's now a 12-11 scoreline. So what was looking like it could have been a disastrous game here for Anexis has quickly been turned around, and I would say you've got to consider them the favourites considering the momentum they now have.
Yeah, considering also they picked up the last 8 rounds and every single round of that second half. It doesn't seem like Fnatic can figure out how to break the defense of Anexis. And I mean, this previous round they put Rattlesnake 6 feet under straight away, and it still didn't help them to get into the bomb sites and get that bomb planted. And that's also a good point. They haven't really gotten that many bomb plants, have they?
No, most definitely not. They had. Did they get one in the pit? No, it wasn't the pistol, was it? It was the Eco Bash that they managed to get a plant in. So I think they only had 1 plant so far in the second half. If you're on that Fnatic team and you're calling now, Walkline, what are you calling? Are you calling to slow it down and look for picks, or are you just calling for aggressive coordinated play?
Balls deep, aggressive play. I think they should just. I mean, they're playing a little bit passively now. I think they are attacking bomb sites in the end, but they spend about 1 minute doing it, and there's been numerous rounds here where we see there's like 10 seconds remaining, and they are forced to go for the bomb plant when they know that's really not a good option, but it's the only option. So a little bit of a coordinated flash strategy and push onto a bomb site would work out for them. Stinger finally picks up a kill here, and it's going to be on Rattlesnake, and Release also gets taken down. 4 versus 3.
Mo in a perfect position to deal with that counter push though down into lower. He actually snuck out of window and then managed to get back in, open up, get 2 frags out of it. So not looking good here for Fnatic. Well, saying that, actually Trace are going to pick up the headshot onto Weber. Bomb is down though for Fnatic, so they do need to retrieve that bomb. As you can see, Modi preparing the window side with flashbangs. Bomb is just on window here. Trace can be jumping in, so smoke cover to pick up the bomb.
Oh, 7 seconds remaining. Do they know he's above him? Yes, indeed. Modi picks up that kill, and that's a much-needed round for Fnatic. And what a round to do it as well. If Nexus won that round, it would have been all level, 12-12. So Fnatic putting up the skills when needed here and proving me wrong. As I just said, they couldn't find any holes in Anexis' defense. They didn't want to let me look like a smart caster. So great work from Fnatic.
Well, game most definitely on here. Only 3 rounds needed from Fnatic to go through and play fellow Danes, Western Wolves. Of course, you could argue that Fnatic is sort of a European squad, but they do have majority Danes in there. So Nexus is going to have something to say about that though, and they do have the much preferred CT side here. So I'd still say Nexus are probably in the driver's seat, but Fnatic could pull something special out here. A loss would be devastating for Fnatic though. Obviously the cash resetting to 1500 on the respawn, meaning that we would see probably 1 gun round and then an eco after that from them.
It has to be said, Rattlesnake has been a little bit quiet these last few rounds now. He's been an unstoppable force at the start of the second half here, but...
Look at Mac. Now, yeah, I was going to say, we had the CT being a little bit sneaky. I'm not sure who that was outside, but probably MX, actually, as he did manage to grab the frag onto Trace. 2 kills coming in quick succession, though, for Fnatic. This is looking like Fnatic are going to take control of the upper site. Just Weber and Mole to find here. Bomb is going to be planted. Top ladder going to be approached. Top ladder going to be shut down. That's going to be Weber with the headshot. And, well, he's going to spend the rest of the round wondering exactly what happened there, because I don't think he even got a sniff onto upper site there.
Not much Mole can do in this situation, Jay. He's trying to save his weapon out.
He's not even going to save. Yep, I was going to say, Modi on his, well, basically on the search, and he just found him. So 14-11 now the scoreline, and really Fnatic have got to be fancying the chances now, even though they're on that T side.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Fnatic losing 8 rounds in a row, and it kind of looks like they just want to make it interesting for the viewers. All of a sudden, they're just rolling Anexis. Hopefully, though, Anexis will have a reply to the adapted playstyle of Fnatic here and bring it back to about 14-14. That would be amazing for the last map here.
Have you seen anything so far that they've done to actually neutralise Rattlesnake? Now, here we go. Another sign of desperation from Rattlesnake. He's back on the ARP again. So I think Panic might be setting in here for Anexis, obviously. They know that this is single elim and it's the 3rd map, so this is the time to get it done. And obviously Rattlesnake, he feels like he can clutch with that AWP. I think it's a bad pickup, though. I think he's been doing better with the M4/AK than he has been doing with the actual rifle, so...
Yeah, he has. It's only positioning. He hasn't mixed up his positioning at all, and that's why Fnatic all of a sudden were able to block him down.
Well, the aggressive push onto outside window, that's going to result in the kill into Mole. Rattlesnake does pick up an ARP kill, though. You're seeing Weber peeking onto Radio as well, so Radio is pretty much on lock here. It's a 4-on-3. Fnatic going top ladder, that's going to be heard by Jim, though. And there's the headshot from Modi as well. So back and forth traffic here, 3 versus 2. The bomb being passed down, that's a good pass. Grenade not going to scratch anybody, though. This one may very well do, though, as we see top ladder being pushed. Zipic's going to grab the frag, and it looks like Modi with the AK-47 release with 2, though. And that is clutch play. That was absolutely... that was nothing short of miraculous then. As you can see, release going for that AWP. Obviously trying to retrieve that for Sam. And we are going to see the defusal now. He's got the kit, so he's got plenty of time to do so.
And what a time to clutch here, Jay. I mean, Fnatic was in a 2v1 there, and if they won that round, it would have been match point. I mean, Release, pretty damn good player.
More than pretty damn good. I mean, all you have to do is go back and watch... who was it who actually did that highlight video now? It's got like me, Red Eye. There's basically every caster who's ever casted releases in it, and it's like all these key clips. All you have to do is watch that video from source, and you will understand that Dan Mullen is one of the better players in the UK scene. And not only is he one of the better players, he's one of the more consistent players. I mean, he's never really hot and cold. He's always brings his A game, and you can rely on him in those clutch situations. He doesn't choke under the pressure. So, well, smoke outside. Rattlesnake actually trying to just jump over the top of that smoke to try and get a cheeky peek, but you don't see anything because nobody's pushing outside. Now Trace with the AK's headshot. Mole has dropped lower here in preparation for what he was considering was probably going to be an outside push, but as you can see, outside push has been pretty much slowed down here by Rattlesnake. They're looking for that pick onto him. Looks like they're going to switch it up and go upper now, so Mole is going to be out of position here. Rattlesnake going to find the kill into Stinger. That's a key kill. Zipnik's going to take down MX, though. To be honest, Jim has been a little bit flat so far in the tournament. But then again, given the level of competition he's against, it's not like he's beaten up on pub scrubs. Anyway, Modi with the AK-47 kill. The bomb goes down. And you'd have to say this is looking like game point here for Fnatic, isn't it, Warclone?
It is, and it does look like Anexis are going to save those weapons. Rattlesnake obviously has that AWP. And being in a 2v4 here and Rattlesnake down to 13 HP, you don't really want to contend for that bomb defuse. It's going to be 15-12 here, Jay. The economy, well, I think, yeah, without a doubt, Anexis will be able to pick up weapons, and it's not supposed to be a light buy either. I think they've got enough for a full buy.
Rattlesnake should be able to drop because his AWP for last round was actually retrieved in the round previous, so it's not like that cost him anything really. So anticipating drops, yep. There's the M4 drop from Rattlesnake, and another M4 drop from Release. So Full weapons in play. Weber is on the FAMAS though, so obviously cash is an issue here. If they lose this round, it's not going to matter about the cash though, because they are going to be out of the Catz CSGO Invitational, and Fnatic will go through to play Western Wolves. Now Rattlesnake going hyper-aggressive here. He's going to be pushing all the way across Catwalk. He'll be in a position to deal with outside if he does do that, but would much rather seen him do that with an M4, would you?
I'm not sure. Let me just have a look at the overview real quick here.
It's Nuke, man. How can you even tell what's going on Nuke?
Nah, this overview is really messy, to be honest, for us to see. They do set up here for that upper push.
Lots
good
of flashbangs. Yeah, that's good coordination. We are going to see that upper site being approached. And that's going to be Stinger with the kill into release. That should open the site up now. As you can see, Rattlesnake forced to hang out near CT Vent here. He does pick up one kill, that's onto the planter, but he's going to be shut down here. He's caught between a rock and a hard place for sure. And so you can call in that backup, and maybe he can drop Vent here and actually get out. No, he didn't drop Vent. Trace getting the better of him, as well as the AK headshot just before. And there's the final kill from Weber, so that's going to be the GG. And Fnatic do progress into the second round of